Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here, I will explain about manner of articulation. However, I will talk more about approximants, liquids, glides, and also glottal stops and flaps. Firstly, let me introduce myself. I'm Maufarin Bariro with name J1E020015 from English Education to 2020. Let me start from the first material, that is approximants. What is approximants? Well, it refers to the fact that the articulators involved approach each other without actually touching, which is not close enough to create air turbulence. One way to remember this is that articulators is approximately get close together. So these are for approximant consonant phonemes in English. There are y, w, r, and l. Also, there are two types of approximant, that is lateral approximants, or we call these liquids, and semi-vowels, or we also call these glides. Alright, the next material is about liquids, or lateral approximants. What is liquids? Well, liquids is a type of approximant that are pronounced by raise and curl the tongue, and airflow escape from the side of the tongue. You can remember this by knowing that the form lateral can often be used to mean sides. There are two initial sounds in English. There are r, in the word red and right, and then in the word lead and luck, and both are voiced. So previously we have talked about liquids, and now I will explain about glides, or we also call these as semi-vowels. What is glides? Well, glides is a type of approximant which is pronounced like a vowel, but the tongue is closer to the roof of the mouth, thus creating a slight turbulence. These are the initial sounds in English: w, in the word we and wet, and then consonant y, in the word you and yes, and both are voiced. Since we already talked about glides or semi-vowels, so the next discussion is about glottal stops and flaps. What is glottal stop? Well, it is represented by the symbol question mark and occurs when the space between the vocal folds or the glottis is closed completely, then released. Like you are trying to say the expression oh between the first oh and the second oh, we typically produce a glottal stop. And others put one in the place of T when they pronounce Batman quickly. You can also produce a glottal stop if you try to say the words butter or bottle without pronouncing the double T part in the middle. This sound is considered to be characteristic of Cockney or London speech. Or you will also hear glottal stops in the pronunciation of some Scottish speakers and also New Yorkers. After we talk about glottal stops, we will talk about flap. However, if you are someone who pronounces the word butter in a way that is close to butter, then you are making a flag. It is represented by the or sometimes the sound produced by the tongue tip tapping the alveolar ridge briefly. Many American English speakers have a tendency to flap the th and the consonant between vowels, so that in casual speech the pairs letter and letter do not have distinct middle consonant, nor do rider and rider, metal and metal. They all have flaps. Alright, I think that's all for me, and I hope that my explanation is understandable. Thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.